A good Erev Shabbos, Parshas. I'd like to share a beautiful thought, a message from this week's Parsha on the balance that we need to have between the tzedakah that we use within our families and then how to balance that with spreading tzedakah to others. So first of all, I just want to thank Mordechai Kaufman, who's sponsoring this week's Kiddush virtually in loving memory of his mother, Judith Kaufman, and may her neshama have an aliyah from your family, Mordechai, and from the Dvar Torah, which we're going to say. So there was an individual in America that came to the Satmar of Rabbi Yoel with the following question. And apparently this person was well off financially, and he said that Baruch Hashem, I have enough money to take care of my family. I have kids who are sitting and learning Torah. I have other kids who are studying in school. And I have the pleasure to be able to care for all of them. Really, none of them are able to support themselves financially. They're not on their own 2 feet yet. They're starting out in life. The problem is there's many worthy causes that I can't help out because of this. There's organizations, there's the Eruv, there's Mikvah, the local day schools, yeshivas, Taimchei Shabbos. The list of incredible organizations to help out go on and on. Yet I have my own children. They have no other means of support. But by giving them, I can't spread the wealth. So what should I do? So the Satmar Rav takes out a chumash and he opens up to this week's parsha. In this week's parsha, we have a pasuk which states, "V'samachta l'fnei Hashem aleikecha." We should rejoice in front of Hashem, your God. Ato v'incha v'itecha v'abdecha v'amasecha. You, your sons, your daughters, your eved, your servants, your maidservants, v'levi asher b'sharecha, v'hager v'hayasoim v'almana asher b'gabecha. The Levi, the Yasoim, the Levite, the one who sits down and learns Torah, the Yasom, the orphan, the Almana, the widow, and the stranger, the convert, the ger, who lost his support system, who lost their network in your midst. So in this verse, we seemingly have a list of 8 categories of people that we are obligated to make happy on a holiday, to make happy on a Yom Tov. First of all, it says, Bincha, your sons, Bitecha, your daughters, Abdecha, your male servants, Amasecha, your maid servants. Number 5 is V'halevi, those who sit and learn Torah. Hager is the convert, the one who's sitting and lost the network that they usually have to support them. Yasom is an orphan. V'almana and the widows. There's a biblical obligation on each and every one of us to think about these 8 categories before a holiday and do something to ensure these people will have an enjoyable Yom Tov. Very often we get caught up in our own preparations and we forget there's others. Okay, good message. Rashi kicks in on this verse and he says a fascinating thing. Rashi says this is not 8 different categories of people. Rather, these are 2 categories with 4 examples within each category. And says Rashi, the one who learns Torah, the Levi and the Ger and the Yasom and the Almana, these 4 are Arba Shali. These 4 are mine. I have their back. God says, this is my responsibility. Keneged Arba Shalo. But I'll take responsibility on these 4. But they correspond to your 4, your sons, your daughters, your manservants, and your maidservants. All God says is, what Hashem says is, Em ata misameach eshali. If you make sure that mine rejoice, the convert, the widow, the orphan, the Levi, Ani misameach eshalcha, I will make sure that your category is happy as well. You start this way, it'll work back that way. An unbelievable Rashi quoting a beautiful Medrash Tanchuma. Zok the Satmar Rav Rabbi Yoel, says to this yid, he says, absolutely, your family comes first, your children come first. But you have to recognize, if you want to guarantee that you'll even be capable of supporting your 4, you have to recognize that your mitzvah of tzedakah is not complete if you don't keep in mind the rest of Klal Yisrael. Have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbos.